and guests present today. I'm Shivani Kumari, your Sergeant at Arm for today's meeting. Welcome to the weekly joint meeting of the Toastmaster Club of Storytellers and Leaders Connect Toastmaster Club. Okay, so before we begin, I want to start with a small fun activity. This activity will check everyone acting skills. So please turn on your camera. Seema. Okay. So this activity name is Act It, no, don't say it. Okay. So I will say a word or a statement. You act it with your hands, face, or body, not speak at all. Okay. So please, everyone, turn your camera. Akshat, Uma.
Amazing.
Okay, great. So first prompt is feeling sleepy. Look at Vivek, sir. Oh, it's great. Second is laughing silently. And third one is trying to open a tight bottle cap. Okay, okay. That's amazing. Okay, so great. So let's talk about our mission. As each one of us has a mission in life to grow, to achieve, or to succeed, our Toastmaster Club also have a mission. The mission of our Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. During this meeting, we follow some ground rules. First, do not speak on sex, religion, and politics. Also, please ensure your phones are on silent mode to be respectful of the speaker by minimizing distraction. Without further ado, let's begin. Please welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Mohit sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivani, for that amazing start. Yes, it energizes us and brings us in the mood when we start with an icebreaker like that. So, thank you for getting us all activated. Hello, everyone. Good morning. This is Mohit Sani, your presiding officer for the day. I would like to just recollect the last week, and just like all of us do on a Sunday morning, right? The last week for us was when we went to attend our one of our members, Colonel Prem's son's wedding function. And even though it's an online club, the way we bonded with each other, the way we connected with each other, whoever from our group went there, showed that there is something unique about our club, some sort of camaraderie which happens mostly in a physical setting, but even in an online setting, we were able to meet and greet with each other like we knew each other for so long. And then I saw this quote, which I thought I'll share with you. It says that life is all about deciding which bridges to build and which bridges to burn. So when we make an attempt to know each other, meet with each other, and add value to each other, then we are trying to build bridges. Whereas there are certain bridges that we must burn also. And one of the bridge that I would suggest that we burn today is to avoid looking at our written script when we are speaking in front of the audience. This is a bridge which we must burn because it makes us so dependent on the script and we cannot convey our real feelings. So, with that, I would like to have a quick introduction with our guests who are present today. Uh, Uma, would you like to just share with us in one line what brings you to join our meeting today?
Yeah, I'm a Toastmaster too. I'm from Speak Magic Club, Chennai. I live in Mysore though. Ours is an online club. I'm the president of the club and I'm a communication coach and a passionate Toastmaster.
Great, Uma. Welcome. We'd love to hear your feedback at the end and would love more collaborations with your club also. With an online setting, it is all possible. So thank you and enjoy the meeting and let us know how it goes. I also see we have Toastmaster Mohammed Ismail. Would you like to share with us in one line what brings you here today? Mohammed, are you there? Looks like there's something wrong with the audio for you, Mohammed. Can't hear you.
Yeah, hi Mohit. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ismail. I'm from Hyderabad. Uh, yeah, sorry, I missed your question. Could you please repeat the question, please?
Yeah. If you could share with us, Ismail, what brings you to the meeting today?
Okay. So I have seen the title that is Storytelling and Leader Connects, and the topic of the day that is workshop for impromptu speaking. So that has attracted me, and I want to learn the impromptu speaking method. So I was eagerly waiting, and as soon as I saw the poster, the Toastmaster poster, I have joined the meeting. Though I have a little bit work today, but I thought, okay, it's a great opportunity. I cannot miss this opportunity, so I have joined. I'm excited for this session. Thank you.
To table topics is one such thing with I'm with a Toastmaster for so many years, but it still scares me whenever the topics comes.
Your voice is breaking, Mohit.
Okay, okay. Is it any better now, Neetu?
No, it was good to 5 seconds ago.
Okay, I'll do a mic check here. Is it better?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, welcome Ismail. Enjoy the meeting and let us know how it goes. Are you already a Toastmaster, Ismail?
No, I'm an ex Toastmaster. I have joined Toastmaster for this very little time. And as whenever I thought of getting back to the Toastmaster, there is something good happening in my professional life. I'm getting a new project or something, so I was getting occupied with that.
Okay, okay. All right. Okay, I also see we have Prashant. Prashant, in one line, if you could share with us what brings you.
First of all, good morning, everyone. I am a Toastmaster member, and currently I am associated with Palawa Toastmaster. Toastmaster have always been close to my heart, and but I see because of the busy schedule, sometimes I'm not able to join. Maximum time, in fact, nowadays for last 1 year, I'm not able to keep pace with the Toastmaster, but it has always been close to my heart. And this meeting is so convenient that you can join online. And today I asked somebody that please forward this link to me so that I can join this Storyteller Toastmaster group. And I wanted to hear all of you. It is always a nice experience when the Toastmaster members share their experience, share their stories, they speak on the impromptu, how they observe the grammarian session, and the complete setup and the construct of the meeting is something I'm always inclined for to hear more.
Sure, Prashant. Yeah, enjoy the meeting. We look forward to your feedback and keep joining us. Only Neeru is left. Neeru, how are you? Can you tell us what brings you to the meeting today in very brief, like 10 seconds, if possible?
Yeah, Mohit, thanks. Thanks. Good morning, everyone. It's just I attended last week meeting, which I like. I thought let's try one more. If time permits, I definitely join this club.
Fantastic. Okay, yes. All right. Did that. Let's move to the section which we all have been waiting for. We have Toastmaster Mehak, who's prepared with us for a very interesting table topics round. So, Toastmaster Mehak is working with Economic Times. She is the president of Toastmasters Club of Storytellers. She's an excellent storyteller herself. Without further ado, let's bring on stage Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit, for this warm welcome. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I am the Toastmaster of the day, and today's meeting revolves around a very beautiful theme that's very close to all of us: how to ace table topics for the table topics contest. So, whether you are a new Toastmaster, a seasoned speaker, or someone who still panics to go up on stage when you hear they say your topic is, today's session is designed to walk you through how, with the confidence and clarity, there are certain tools and tricks that have been designed to conquer your table topics. So, we will start with something which is very simple: understanding what is there for all of us in the contest season. So there would be the contest for all of us. That's the Cable Topics contest, where we will get 1 to 2 minutes of time to speak on the topic that would be generic or certainly a common life lesson, everyday saying, or a topic that is open to interpretations. So the kind of topics that we get in the Cable Topics contest is something which is very generic in nature. So that's one thing that's very great for all of us, that the topic would not be something that would be individualistic for all of us, because it would be generic in nature. It could be anything. It could be a saying, a real life quote that we have seen, or something which means that there is no right or wrong, but it's open for your creativity. I can give you some of the examples of a real life contest style topics. For instance, life is short, smile while you still have teeth. All we have is now. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. And these are some of the topics that we have been given in the Table Topics contest. Well, there's certainly more such topics that you will hear, certainly some of the sayings that there are, and these are very generic in nature. So, as an individual, we can have different openings or different kinds of words that we can use to express this topic. So, let's do a small activity where I will present a topic to you, and you have to give me what's the first thought that comes to your mind when you listen to that topic. So, the first top you can write in the chat section below what's the first idea or the first thought that comes to your mind when you would listen to this topic. The first topic is, your only limit is you. Your only limit is you. So you can write in the chat, or if you want to speak in the meeting, you can also say that what would be the first idea or the first thought that would come to your mind when you're delivering the cable topic on this topic. That's your only limit is you.
You're
Okay,
unique.
I see. On in the chat, procrastination, focus on limit, not doing what I thought of doing, self improvement, you are your own competition. Yes, exactly. So these are some of the basic, you can say, the crux that you can cover when you hear this topic. So in those 30 seconds that you get, when you're thinking on your feet, you have to think that what you're going to deliver. These are some of your initial thoughts that come to your mind, like what are you going to say in those 1 to 2 minutes of the time that you have got. The second topic for you is, confidence is your best outfit. Confidence is your best outfit. Okay, so you are unique, believe in yourself. Yes. Toastmaster Vivek says, I will start remembering my days when I was not confident. Absolutely. Dressing gives first impression. Okay. First impression formed by confidence. Work on your confidence rather than material things. Well, absolutely. So, thanks for participating in this small activity. Now, I tell you like why we did this and what was the why do we want to have this first thought in our mind during the table topics contest. Well, you don't have the perfect time to have a in that short span of time that you have to design a small speech for 1 to 2 minutes, and you only get a gut reaction. That is your first thought. So whenever you are going to deliver in your table topics, your first thought would be your first speech or your impromptu speech that you're going to deliver. And that thought would usually become your opening sentence, maybe your story, maybe your message, or even a powerful conclusion. So, everything that you have written here, think about it. Whether it could be an opening sentence of your table topic, it could be a story. For instance, Toastmaster Vivek has written, I would start remembering my days when I was confident. He would just go back, form a story, and would present a message and even conclude with this first thought that occurs to his mind. So, this activity is to train your brain and your instincts that what you will do in that first initial 30 seconds that you would be getting when you're supposed to think that what you're going to deliver in those 1 to 2 minutes. So, that one word would help you to express your whole speech. Well, that's the first thought in any table topics. So, how to ace it? In the very first part or in the very beginning, think what you're going to deliver in those 1 to 2 minutes. You have to see that what is your start, what is your push, what is the first thought that you are getting, and what you can deliver your story all about in those time, the specific time that you have got. And the topics that have already been mentioned, they could be generic in nature. So that's an easy part for all of us because we are open to creativity and we can think about what we can speak. We can either agree or disagree onto that particular topic because there would be not just one answer, but many opportunities, many possible answers that you can give on that one particular topic. You don't have to be just right or wrong. It could go in any direction. So I will, towards the end, I will also give you some of the list of the topics that have been previously asked in the table topics contest and some of the other tricks that how we can present the speech. So in the first segment or in the first part, right now that all we covered is how to begin with your speech. What is the first initial thought that comes to your mind when you start with any table topic? So that's your first thought. Now, I would want to explain that how a Toastmasters meeting or how today we will be conducting the Toastmasters meeting. In any Toastmasters meeting, there are 3 segments. The first part is the prepared speech session where the prepared speaker will deliver a speech according to the project and the pathway provided by Toastmasters International. The second segment would be the table topics. We'll implement the strategies today in the table topic segment, and we will see that how we can improvise it for 1 to 2 minutes. The third and the most important segment is the general evaluation segment, where the general evaluator will evaluate the whole meeting. So now, without further ado, let's invite our general evaluator on stage so that she can introduce her tag team. I would like to invite Toastmaster Neethal on stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mike, for introducing to the theme and walking us through the Toastmasters meeting agenda. So today I'll be playing the role of general evaluator, where I'll be evaluating the meeting from the start to end, from the role allocation that we did prior to the meeting and how did we conduct. And as evolution is a critical part of Toastmasters meeting, Today, I'll also add on the table topic evaluation if the time permits, where I'll give a quick line on the table topics that are given by our table topic speakers. So I'll not be doing this alone. I'll be doing with my tag team. So we have three players, three people who are playing as a tag team players. So first is our counter, who is Toastmaster Rashi. So quick check. Toastmaster Rashi is also table topic master. So Toastmaster Simi, do you want to take the role of our counter? I want
Toastmaster
Toastmaster
Neetal,
Rashi.
might need, I might need to leave the meeting in between. So might
Okay.
not be. Sorry.
I'll check with Toastmaster Uma. Do you want to take the role of our counter?
I'll also be leaving at 11:30.
Okay, fine. So Rashi, over to you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Today, as your R counter, my role is to record all the filler words you use or the crutch word you use during while you are speaking, like well, so, and all the repeated words which you are just using as a filler. I'll try to record them, and I will be back once again at the end of the meeting when general evaluator will call me to present my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashi. And you can see her background. She has all forensic background themes still on, so be careful with her. Next would be our grammarian of the day. So Toastmaster Akshat will play the grammarian role today, and he has joined us after a long time.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neetal. The objective from my side
Quick
would
check,
be.
can your mic be near? You're little less audible.
Can you hear me? No?
Little better.
Okay.
This is perfect. Yeah.
This is perfect. Okay. I didn't change anything. Thanks.
No, you need to be near to your mic, I believe.
1 second. Is this better?
Yes, a lot.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So hi everyone, and thank you so much, Toastmasters Neetal, for introducing me. So as a grammarian today, my role would be to look at the usage of effective language and areas of refinement. Essentially, it's to check that how are we using language throughout the meeting. I'll be looking at two major areas. One is like what are the powerful words, vocabulary that we're using throughout the meeting, and again like the areas that can be refined on. And I'll also introduce, just to check, Toastmaster Neetal, I'll also introduce the word of the day and phrase of the day. Is that right?
Yes, idiom of the day.
Okay, great. Idiom of the day. Okay, I thought it's the phrase of the day, but the word of the day is serendipity, which means happy accident. So if something positive has happened to you, something fortunate that you were not expecting. So if you found some money lying somewhere when you were going back to your home, or you met your best friend at the airport lounge, so you would say that meeting my best friend at the airport was a complete serendipity for me, or it was a pure serendipity that my last minute idea turned into a full project for my company. So serendipity means happy accident. And the idiom of the day could be break the pattern. That means to shift away from what you do usually. So, just as an example, to connect with the audience more meaningfully, he decided to break the pattern and open with the story. So, that's the word of the day and phrase of the day. I'll also add it to the chat.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Toastmaster Rakshit.
Yeah.
Yes, please update in the chat and keep reminding in between to everyone to use the word of the day and the idiom of the day. So last but not the least will be our Toastmaster Shivani, who is playing a timer role. So Toastmaster Shivani, please introduce your role. You're on mute if you're speaking.
Hello. Now audible?
Yes.
Okay. Hello everyone. I will be your timer today. My role is to help all the speakers stay within their time limits by using three signals. Let me quickly show you the timer signal using my background. Here is the green background, which means the minimum time has been reached.
You need to switch on your camera, I believe. It's off.
But uh,
Yeah, able to see.
okay. And the second one is a yellow card. This means it's time to start wrapping up your speech. And third one is a red background. Red background. This means your time is over. I hope everyone can see these signals.
Yeah.
For today's
Yes.
meeting, I have only one speech. Speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes, if I guess. And table topic speeches are 1 to 2 minutes, and evaluation speeches are 2 to 3 minutes. Let's say if speech is 5 to 7 minutes, I show green card at 5 minutes. 6 at 6 minutes I will show the yellow card, and 7 minutes I show the red card. And in the table topic speeches, I show green card at 1 minute, 1.5. At 1.5, I show yellow card, and 2 minutes I show the red card. Thank you. At the end of the meeting, I will share the evaluation report. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Neeta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivani. Just a correction. The speech duration is 8 to 10 minutes. So 8 minutes green card, 9 minutes yellow, and 10 minutes red.
Okay.
Thank you. So, and I'll come back at the end of the meeting when team out of the day calls for my report as in general evaluator. And with this, I'll hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neetal, for inviting the tag team players and for introducing your role as the general evaluator. Now, let's move on to our very first segment, that is the prepared speech session. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Vivek. For inviting him on stage, let's have his evaluator, Toastmaster Mohit, to introduce the objective and the project of Toastmaster Vivek's speech. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. Today, Toastmaster Vivek will be delivering his Distinguished Toastmaster project speech. This is the second speech from that project, and the purpose of this particular speech is for the member to demonstrate their skills as a leader and a public speaker. Particularly for the second speech, which Toastmaster Vivek is delivering, the purpose is also for the member to share some aspect of their experience completing the project. This is a 8 to 10 minutes speech. Timer, please note. And with that, I wish Toastmaster Vivek the best and hand over back to you, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. Now let's invite Toastmaster Vivek on stage for a quick video and audio check.
Is my audio clear, Toastmaster Mehak?
No, I think you should be a little more audible.
Okay, let me use the Bluetooth. How is it now?
Yeah, it's fine now. And this would be your speaking position?
Yeah, see, I'll be presenting PPT, so I need sharing rights.
You should have the sharing rights, Toastmaster Vivek. You might want to cross-check once. On the top right, you would see a share button.
Yes, I see that.
You could test it out now.
And I can say entire screen or window. No, entire screen I can do. Select that, right?
Yes.
Is it visible now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Toastmaster Vivek, creating clean connections. Creating clean connections, Toastmaster Vivek.
Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Courage to continue. Courage to continue what? What choices I made 2 years, 3 months. This is my journey of Toastmasters when I attended first meeting in August 2023. These 3 words, courage to continue, stayed with me. I attended meetings after meetings after meetings, continued clearing pathways, delivered so many speeches. These are simple words, courage to continue, but very difficult to implement. Thanks to Toastmasters, thanks to this community, thanks to this club for giving me the courage to continue. I was always looking for doing something outside Toastmasters, lifelong, even if it means investing my personal time doing something different. And I found such platform with Brain Accelerator community. And it was a unique program, unique project, connection-based learning. The uniqueness about this program, we will learn about this project, we will learn because this project started with nothing, just 3-4 of us. We were meeting early morning in a virtual platform with a single desire to do something better, to become better than yesterday, with the only intention to learn and grow in the group. So today I'll be presenting some of my experiences while doing this project for last 1.5 years. First, I will tell you about why I choose CBL as a project, connection-based learning. We will try to understand what this CBL is all about. Next, we will understand what do we do in this CBL. And finally, we will explore some of the aspects of CBL. Okay, what else we can do? We all know that individual learning is so boring. Somebody tells me, okay, do self-study, easier said than done. Isolated knowledge issues. There is no engagement and suddenly you start getting bored. And that was the drive for us to do something different. So what do we do in this program? What is the driver for this kind of connection-based learning? It helps us to have deeper understanding of what we are doing, improve engagement with the participants. We do some simple practices for experience impactful learning. First principle thinking. We write down everything. We share experience and we try to change in the next cycle. We try to get the best. My role has been as a facilitator. I try to get the best in each participant. And of course, tell them at the end of 21 days, what kind of opportunities you can access to. Benefits of CBL, if I talk about enhanced critical thinking, because you are meeting with different people from different cities, from different walks of life, different age group. Show, tell, learn, and practice. This is a simple formula we follow, where there is no judgment. Very important. At the end of 21 days, your confidence level should be 10x. And then you should be, participant should feel that, okay, now I'm ready to do something more. Let's understand what is this CBL project, what we have been doing. So we start early morning, 5:30 to 6:30. I believe I have already invested 300 CBL hours so far. as a facilitator. It's purely voluntary effort. Multiple presentations during our weekend meetings where we mull over, okay, what went well, what did not go well, how we can improve in the next cycle of the CBL. And of course, apply my Toastmasters learning. This is the picture of some of the participants which I conducted the last CBL. What is the core principle of CBL? What is the CBL all about? Meaningful connections. Somebody is like working in Orissa, somebody is in Himachal, but we are all connected online. Early morning, 5:30 to 6:30, with a single agenda, practice, and then implement. We model, mirror, mimic each other by just looking, by simple observation, and we also provide feedback. Gamification, yes, there is a backend team working where when a participant attends today's program, then they log in, yes, we have attended the program and this has been my wow factor today. Key components of the CBL framework. It's a collaborative activity where we take everybody together. Every participant is important. Every opinion matters. We use a lot of authentic material which has been prepared by a set of coaches. Again, it is available in the learning module. People can go and refer it. Participants can go and refer to it. So it's a systematic learning, but most important part is 21 days consistently doing practice for 1 hour in the morning. Group size is about 25, consisting me as a facilitator, co-facilitator, and participants. So what we do, we trust the process, and the process is designed in such a way so the participant needs are taken care. What we figured out that everybody has lots of thoughts, but they fear to express it. They are afraid of expressing themselves. And that is what exactly we try to do. At the end of 21 days, participant is able to express themselves freely. There is a process improvement, as I said, which we do after every day. I write a summary, what I have done, what went well, what could have been even better. These are the typical activities in CBL. As soon as we start, we just do group dance just to break the pattern, change the physiology. So let's do one quick exercise. We'll do power pose with smile. Can I request you to stand wherever you are and switch on your videos if possible? And we will do it just for 10 seconds. Just stretch your jaws and remember the most joyous moment of your life and smile. So friends, what I did, I just did this power pose with smile, and there are affirmations. This is we do daily. We do book reading. We do laughter pill. In laughter pill, this is a great example. 1 minute is given to the participant and he or she can narrate a story and makes everybody laugh. There is a bonding room activity, what we call breakout rooms, where 3 or 4 participants meet. And there is only one line introduction, name, city, and what is it you would like to learn from me? What is the best quality I have that I would like you to learn from me? We practice some tongue twisters. And most important thing is this 1 minute, importance of 1 minute in our life. If I break my life into 1 minute, this is the real life, what I can do in 1 minute. So we do 1 minute speech practice, book, TED talk, impromptu, and of course, there is a good 20 minutes question answer session. Sometimes we think, what if CBL were adopted society wide? You could have transformed learning culture. And it's happening in different pockets. In our house also, we can make connection-based learning within our society. And everybody has a need for personal development. People don't talk about it. And CBL is the answer. This has been the feedback from some of the participants in the CBL. I have also done 360-degree feedback. Many participants, many part of my team members, they provided 360-degree feedback. I'm not able to see the timer card, but I wanted to play this YouTube, one of the video, but it's okay. So in conclusion, results, if I just summarize, more than 300 CBL hours voluntary work, which I did as part of this project, and I'm still continuing. I've been able to enhance that confidence in building my personal brand. What makes me very happy is about I have empowered more than 300 people to find their voice, because everybody has a message to share. My leadership experiences, I've been able to practice Toastmasters international values, integrity, respect, service, and excellence. I'm becoming better and better in my 1 minute life preparation. Storytelling, active listening, mentorship and coaching, and very important, responsive facilitation. Facilitation is a very important role in life, I believe, whether in our work environment, at our home, anywhere. And that is what takes us to the next level. That is what helps us to solve the problems. So my deepest heartfelt gratitude to Toastmasters and Brain Accelerator community. And I am finding my calling in creating clean connections by doing this CBL project. Thank you.
What a wonderful and definitely an eye-opening speech, Toastmaster Vivek. It was something that you shared the message that was very clear to all of us, like how important it is to connect on a personal level. And you shared your journey that was really impactful for all of us. Thank you. Now I would wish all of us to please share your feedback for Toastmaster Vivek in the chat below. And I would request the timer to please notify once 1 minute is over.
I'd also request the group to break the pattern here and use the word of the day and phrase of the day. Because for me also it was serendipity getting this role by Toastmasters Neethal, being amongst first few to join the session today. Yeah. So please use the word of the day and phrase of the day.
1 minute is over.
All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shivani. Now we will move on to a short speech that would be given by Toastmaster Neethal. So let's invite Toastmaster Neethal on stage for a short speech. with a huge round of applause.
Thank you. Timer, please, 2 minutes. So you can just show a green card at 2 minutes. 1 minute, 50 seconds. So I was taking a walk in the morning and I was realizing today is 30th November and we are left with 1 month in 2025. So my head was going on 1st January 2025, what plans I was doing, what were my goals that I listed down, and how much I have achieved it. So there were quite a few tick that I achieved and few are untick or few which I did not even start. And when walking, I was listening to Gaur Gopal Das, and his ideas were very simple like take step every day. Don't enter 2026 with regret, but with lessons of 2025. And he was also mentioning how we will not be changing just because calendar is changed. We will only change when we are changing our habits, our daily patterns, when we are breaking our old patterns and getting a new start to ourselves. So I was thinking, why wait for 2026? Why not make the next 31 days left in this year a memorable one? And I would like to invite everyone here to think about your New Year resolution that you had in 2025 start of the year. And make sure you tick some of them by next month so that you don't enter or relive yourself in 2026 again and go with new goals. With this, I'd like everyone to think about it and spend few minutes today to make a plan for the next month. Thanks. Back to you, team word of the day, Toastmaster Mike.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ethan, for leaving us with a good thought and a rich one too that we can think about entering 2026 on a new note. Also, uh, taking over the resolutions that we had for 2025, if we can, in these 31 days that are left with us. All right, now moving back to where we begin, that is acing the cable topics. Now, as we all know that we have 1 to 2 minutes on the page with all of us while we're delivering a cable topic. So now some practical techniques to how we can be not the winner, but how we can present in the cable topics contest. So first, like I mentioned earlier as well, that is the 30 seconds rule. So as we all know, we get the 30 seconds to ourselves where we can think that what we are supposed to deliver for the next 1 to 2 minutes. So in those 30 seconds, what we are supposed to do is pick one story and one message that we are going to deliver on the topic. Frame your structure and choose one direction only. Right? So the focus would be on just the story and the message in those 30 seconds. Now, coming to those 1 to 2 minutes that we have for the cable topics. There are various techniques on how we can deliver that impromptu speech. There are techniques such as that I previously learned for circling back, like whenever you are starting with some of the topic. So start what is your first quote or your initial line, and then you circle back, and towards the end, when we are giving a conclusion, the conclusion has to end on the same thought, the same topic that the story began with. So that's one of the technique that we can use. Then there could be a story technique, a simple one, basically starting from a story. The third one could be starting your cable topic from a quote, from a saying, from a phrase, or something that relates to the topic itself. Or this one good start could be like when you're starting, you just focus or present maybe one word or one sentence, repeating it 2 to 3 times so that you are just remembering or learning something that goes with the idea of the similar cable topic that you have. So there are various methods and various techniques how you can start. But the most important thing that we can do in a cable topic so as to gain the attention of the audience is to have an impactful start. Well, sometimes people usually go on and start with whatever they are thinking, like go with the first thought. That's what usually comes to your mind, and that's what usually people also say, that go with the first thought that comes to your mind. So I would not suggest that. Like go with whatever comes to your mind. Have a plan before ahead. What you can do before a cable topics contest, and this is something that I have learned from winner of the cable topics contest itself. He was the champion for District 41. He said that create 5 to 7 stories with all of us. Like what you can do before a contest, or not before a contest, before you're going for cable topics or something like this, prepare 5 to 7 stories. Like maybe you can write your story on different topics. For instance, if the topic is all we have is now, you can have a story on how we can live in the present moment itself. Then if the topic is related to opportunity, something if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. So it could, you can present or you can write a story initially on something or on any opportunity that you have got for yourself. Or if the topic is be the energy you want to attract, so present any of the story, either from your life, either from any book that you're reading, or from any other person's life or story, that something that reconnects you. So you think that it would be impactful for the audience as well. Now, how you have to present this story is you can write about it in like 1 to 2 short story that you can write in your journal or in your diary itself. That really helps, because you will realize that once you're giving a cable topic, the topic would be so generic in nature that your story would fit into any of those brackets that you have thought for yourself. So this is a good technique that I have found, because go with the first thought idea is sometimes not very tactful, because at the first place you have to give an impromptu speech, and at a contest sometimes the mind goes blank and we do not have any story with all of us. So if you're supposed to present a story, which I would say you must, because the the criteria for the judging basically has the speech development part in it, which says an opening body, close, and the how much smoothness you have in your story or in your speech that you give. So that's a good criteria for basically for judging as well, and where you can win if you present a story. The story is a better way of adding in the table topics if you may want to give an idea which you're starting with a story or an idea, or in the end ending with a message. So that's the second thing. First one is using your 30 seconds better. Second is having a story in your speech whether you're delivering. And that story also prepare well in advance. Have a thought about it, like what you're going to present. Have a message in the frame, that what message or what conclusion you would want to give for that story as well. The third technique is one message. Now, whenever we are giving a table topic, sometimes what happens is that we tend to give many conclusions. We're not just hooking up to one conclusion at the moment or one message at the moment. It is very important to realize that your message and your entire speech should have one message and one conclusion at that time, so that it ends in a structured manner. There is a opening body, there is a body, and then towards the end there is one conclusion to it. So make sure that there is one message to the story itself. And then what also works for most of us is using the contrast or something that you can add as a kickbacks in your speech, like before and after, something that if you're relating to, maybe you can see that I was like this before, and how this thing transformed me and how this I am now. Maybe you can say that I was not very confident before joining Toastmasters. I joined Toastmasters, I did this, and now I'm way too confident. Or I'm able to present myself in a better way. That also shows like how you have come up from this to this. Maybe failure versus success, fear versus courage. So these are some of the contrasting elements that you can add. This will add a little drama as well in your speech. The next thing is having a little bit of humor in your speech also. You can have it in between the humor, or maybe in the beginning when you're starting your speech, so that you can easily able to grab the attention of the audience. In the end, that is the conclusion, try to have a message towards the end. And that's how you present your speech in a structured way. So, all in all, just to conclude with how you can present your speech in this 1 to 2 minutes, take the 30 seconds rule first of all. Think about what you're going to speech. Start over with the technique of circling back, either with a story, with a quote, or with an idiom in from the English saying or something like this, because that you would be easily able to grab the attention of the audience. In the body itself, try to have a story, try to have a drama, try to have elements or pictures or something that you can add in that body. And towards the end, when you're giving a conclusion, have a one message, one conclusion kind of technique, whether it's for hope, courage, kindness, decision making, or anything that you want to end or conclude with. In between, use humor and some of the contrast, like you can use some of the quotes, maybe a little saying, a small observation, or something that you can use in your body. That's basically your story that you want to present to the stage. Now, we are going ahead with the table topics. So, what we can do is take your time to think for those 30 seconds, present your speech for the 1 to 2 minutes, and always try to end in that 2 minutes so that the 30 seconds that you have for the above or the upper end, you take for the conclusion. So that maximum time you take for the conclusions is just 15 to 20 seconds so that you're able to wrap up your speech in those 2 minutes, 15 seconds, or maximum by 2 minutes, 20 seconds so that you're not even overshooting the time. Now, okay, I see Toastmaster Neetal is raising her hand.
So when you say take 30 seconds, when should the timer card starts? Like when we utter a first word, or it will start from the minute table topic master hands over?
It will start from your first verbal or non-verbal movement. So you have taken 30 seconds. You will actually realize like what those 30 seconds are for when the timer cards is being shown in the gray color. So after that, you take some time pause, you think about your topic, and then when you're uttering your first word or even your non-verbal movements, if there is any movement, then also the timer would start the timings itself. From there it will start.
Okay. Sure. Thanks.
All right. So now without further ado, let's invite on stage our table topic master, Toastmaster Rashi. So we can start over with this impromptu speech session. And I would suggest everyone to apply the techniques that we just focused upon so we can see like how we can improvise in the table topics podcast. The stage is all yours, Toastmaster Rashi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehek. For benefit of guest, I would like to tell that this table topics which I will be telling the topic and calling out names, and I'll try to cover everyone here present in the meeting. And if somebody get left in the last, then let me know their name. And also, let's break the pattern today. We have a direction with us that we can start with our thought, get a direction from it, try to incorporate your story and message, and then conclude it as suggested by Toastmaster Mehek. And you can also take your time before you start speaking or doing your hand movements. So, yeah, let's begin the fun as table topic competition is coming up. So, today's topics are aligned with the how it gets done in the competitions. So please try to participate as much as you can. Okay, so I would just call out names. I would like to invite first Toastmaster Akshat. And your topic is, what is a small decision that unexpectedly changed your life? Toastmaster Akshat, what is a small decision that unexpectedly changed your life? Toastmaster Akshat.
I remember being in my second year of the campus and joining few of my friends over a coffee break, and one of them mentioned something around solving a mathematical problem. He had a standard problem in hand, and I thought it's something which sounded interesting. I solved that, and he took out a book from his bag, which was around preparation for CAT at that point of time. Being in second year, it seemed like, hey, like what is this guy talking about? And I had very different plans for my future. 2 years down the line, I joined in Oracle as my final job, out of the campus, and that was something I was not really enjoying. And I met this friend back, and he was doing his MBA, and that struck me like at that point of time that that particular book that he had showcased, that given to me, um, that is something which I had really loved. And he said that problem solving is some of the like one of the crazy things that you get to do when you join MBA, and that is a kind of experience exposure I wanted to have. So that is one decision, like just going behind that hunch that maybe this is something I want to do for the rest of my life. I prepared for it, um, and uh, and and I gave my CAT exam, my ZAT exam, and I got through it. Luckily, I got the opportunity to join in one of the great campuses in the country, got to meet some of the smartest folks, got the job where I am today, the exposure of traveling across multiple countries, working on like a new problem, new company every 2 or 3 months for our clients. So I look back and I see that maybe that one exposure of that one problem invigorated something in my mind that I really wanted to do. So that's something, that one decision of going after that changed my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshit. I glad to hear your story. And of course, problem solving and exposure to diverse problem does give a different type of, I would say, when you overcome it, it gives a different type of dopamine. And every time you look out for more such diverse problems and you try to figure out. And of course, the journey can be a bit up full of ups and downs, but ultimately that's what makes us keep growing. So thank you for sharing that. Next I would like to call Toast DTM Mohit. If confidence were a muscle, what daily exercise would strengthen it? If confidence were a muscle, what daily exercise would strengthen it? DTM Mohit. Are you on mute, Mohit?
Mohit, you're on mute.
Hi, Toastmaster Rashi. Can you hear me now? If confidence was a muscle, what daily practice would strengthen it? I used to live a life where I would take things as they come to me, would go by the flow, and I wouldn't think so much about planning the day, living a life with intentionality. And it used to give me very ordinary results. It dawned on me when there was a difficult situation that I found myself in. We had a property dispute, and it was very complicated. And if I were to go the regular path where I would just accept and keep reacting to the things as they're coming my way, there would have been no way I would be able to overcome that complex situation. And that's where I realized that there is something called intentional living. Intentional living is all about deciding, choosing what you are going to do, and then doing everything possible to stick to that plan. And there's something magical that happens the moment you live an intentional life. It could start with something as small as putting down what are the three key things that you're wanting to do today, or it could be something more longer term. But intentional living will change your life, particularly in that situation that I found myself in. I decided to jot down what is it that I'm wanting to achieve, right? We had to overcome that difficult situation. That is what we wanted to achieve. And what are the two or three things that I can do today in order to meet that goal? And day after day, doing that made me realize that magically people came to help me. Magically, my things actually started moving forward. So, if there is one thing that can strengthen the muscle, that is intentionality. So, my friends, if you haven't already made yourself intentional, do that today and you will see magic happening. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Rashi.
What a beautiful note you left us with. Actually, connected it instantly because I am also trying to figure out to balance the things I get, the problems I get on the flow, and then when you there is this quote like where your energy flows in the direction your focus is, and intentional living can be a choice which we can intentionally make or be aware of and try to channelize our focus to feel more. And whenever we make a to-do list and we at the end of the day cut it, it does give you a different type of feeling than going with the flow. So thank you, Aditya, Mohit, for sharing that. Now I would like to call upon the stage one of the guests who is, I couldn't see in my mobile phone his full name. It starts with Muhammad. Is he here right now? Yeah,
Yes, madam.
Smile.
Go. Yeah, it's a
So,
smile.
Smile. Uh,
Yes.
to Our topic is describe a moment when you acted before you felt ready. Describe a moment when you acted before you felt ready. Smile.
Yeah, I will take you through my professional journey. So after completing my graduation, I have started my career as a phone banking officer. But from childhood, I had a dream that I have to become a technical and software engineer. Because when I used to look up a software engineer, I used to feel that, okay, how creative and imaginary things they are doing. So I always wanted to become a software engineer, but due to some circumstances, I was not able to get into the software field. But this dream was haunting me. It was uh, a life I want to give a chance. I want to get a job into software in the industry. So what I did is after joining as a phone banking officer, I did good performance. I performed very well, and then after a year, I went to my manager and I spoke to him. I said that this is not the dream which I want to live, and this is not the job which I want to do. I'm getting a high paid salary, but I'm deep in my heart. I'm having this regret that I could not become a software engineer. So as a first mentor, he helped me. He suggested me, Smile, take some time out, get buy some training and do some trainings and try to uh, chase your dreams. So he has given me permission for 1 hour that I can leave early. And then I joined a software course. And I'm from Hyderabad. And as most of you know, Amirpet is a hub of IT where you get all the different type of courses. So I have joined a software course. And before after completing the software course, it was very crash course, and I gave up the job saying that okay, I have to give some time to fulfill my dream. So I have give up the job. And when I faced the interview, I failed badly because I was not having the experience and exposure or the technical knowledge. So first attempt, it was in rushed. I have taken a very a bad decision taking in rush. So again, I start. I have prepared myself well, and second time I have given the chance. So today I'm very contented that I have fulfilled my dream. Thank you.
Thank you to Ismail for sharing your story and how beautifully you shared the first failure as well you faced, and then you got up again, and now you are there. So it's actually it does require courage to follow your dreams when you still have a high paying job and you chose your dreams above that. And we are very happy to hear that, and I hope you will keep growing like that. Thank you. Now I would like to call upon the stage Toastmaster Neetal. And your topic for today is, if you could master any skill instantly, which one would you choose and why? If you could master any skill instantly, which one would you choose and why? Toastmaster Neetal.
We are on this planet for a limited amount of time. The planet did exist before us and it will always exist after us. So, what are the things that we want to achieve? It just boils down to our checklist that we have for every day and the skills that we want to build and the people we want to live with. So, if I had a chance to build some skills, cannot be an instant, but with consistent efforts for sure, it would be reading more, traveling more, and also having the confidence that I can do a solo trips. So the one skill that I'm looking is to have that courage to do the solo trips. It may not be a skill, but a courage that I would like to build within myself. So I have an upcoming holidays from December Christmas shutdown that we have, like 15 days holidays I have. So from morning I was thinking, what are the skill sets or what are the courage or what are the tactics that I should have so that I can encourage myself to go on a solo trip. So I listed on few places which I would like to go, and I would like to start with a smaller one where I just go for a day travel and spend 2 to 3 days and come back, so that it will give me a push that I can do it. So the next 2026, I want to build with I want to enter with an attitude of I can do it. I can read more. I can complete the courses which I started. The one thing, yeah, the thing that we all lack is we all start the things but never complete it. So that is one skill that I can think of as to complete what I start. Like started the Toastmaster pathway long back in 2022. Still, I did not finish my first pathway, and I keep telling myself that I'll finish it. So I would like you all to think of one thing or many things that you have, what you like to complete, which you already started in 2025, rather than entering 2026 with the same checklist. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Rashi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetu. We all juggle around this thing. We do start many things, or we think of doing things, but we do see some challenges while figuring them out. And of course, when you gave this thought, I am on the same path of completing my first pathway, and taking this R counter role for today was one of the things in that checklist. So we are on it, I feel, and everybody will also think about it. Now I would like to call on the stage to Neeru. Your topic for the day is, what does courage look like on an ordinary day? What does courage look like on an ordinary day?
Okay,
Neeru.
thanks, Rashi. Um, Courage, though it's a very small word, but more of the thing, sometime whenever we start new thing, as Neetal mentioned, we have to collect our courage to start the things and reach the end point. Like the same way, I was a Toastmaster of the Toastmaster Club of Dwarka, and I hardly complete my pathways. That's two second level two. I was a Toastmaster almost 3 years, but didn't get a courage to give a multiple speech in that platform. But that's the reason I want to join again. I collected my courage and try to start that the Toastmaster journey, so that I'll give a multiple speech what I want. That's the reason I thought, although the courage is a very small word, but to start the new thing or like a solo trip, same is my checklist. I want to go a solo trip, but never get a courage to, even book a ticket or book that trip. That is another in my checklist, maybe a year or two. I don't know what, neither, as you mentioned, when I will get my courage and do the thing. And there's a multiple dreams I have. I want to complete maybe in a 5 years or 6 years of span. But again, I'm collecting my courage, make a checklist, and start working on it so that I can achieve whatever I want to achieve in my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Nehru, for sharing that. When you talk about starting new things or solo trips, so I would also like to share my experience. It is very rare for me to be alone because in Mumbai we do have not many spaces or in our homes and all that we can get our own rooms and all those things. But yeah, I am trying to go alone, spending a day with myself. I had done this, but only 1 or 2 times. But I feel these are the small steps which we can take to go on to do big things in our checklist. So maybe this can help you. Thank you. Now I would like to call on stage if Toastmaster Mehek. If you had gi- if you had to give your life a title, what would it be? If you had to give your life a title, what it be?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rashi, for this wonderful topic. If I wish to give a title to my life, it would definitely be the high maintenance me. However, this title has stayed with me so close to my heart because of this very one thing, like people call me this the high maintenance. And this is the label that I have been getting since my class 12th. Well, I remember it was my farewell, and during the scribble day, everyone was writing the same comment on my t shirt. Back in class 12th, I did not remember that how and why was this label given to me. After my graduation, I still received the same title, and that was the high maintenance, or sometimes the calm, composed, and like this was the same title that I used to get. In my post graduation, it was the same title that I still received. I can still have those t shirts with me, which have the same title all over: the high maintenance girl, the high maintenance girl, and the high maintenance girl. So, definitely, if I wish to picture this and want to give a title to my life, I would definitely give this as the title. Well, there are certainly many more reasons for which I could give this title to my life. However, it is because of the kind of life that I wish to take. I break the pattern that I have been living because I have shifted myself in whatever way I wish to live. Don't like to step on the grass. I don't like to sit in cabs with my hair open. And I would also be away from the leather seats or the bean bags because of the small particles that I would get. So it's because of this that I have received this title. And I think I adore this title as much as I can because I chose to live on my own terms. And because of this, I don't mind if I receive this title any more times. Thank you. This is my take on the topic. Back to you, Toastmaster Ash.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehek. Finally, we got to hear some stories of your high maintenance title, and of course, we all want that you live like that way only. Thank you. Now, I would like to call on stage Uma. What recent failure taught you the most? What recent failure taught you the most? Uma.
Failures are the stepstone to success. All of us definitely know that. But what failure can I think of now which has taught me a lesson? I'm just juggling my mind to tell you that situation. Like recently, I had booked a trip to Tamil Nadu, and I was wondering how am I going to handle it because the reservation was there, but it was not confirmed. So I had that anxiety whether it is going to be confirmed or not. So till the last minute, I did not know how I will be traveling because I had to take the train from Bangalore. And I said, let me handle it as it comes. So I went to the station, and as I neared the station, I got a message saying that your ticket is confirmed and you will be getting a berth. So initially, I had that anxiety and stress as to how am I going to handle the situation. But then, when the ticket got confirmed, there was a sign of relief. So I thought the lesson that I learned was you have to handle things as they come. That is, go with the flow. So this maybe was the lesson that I learned that you should not accept, I mean, you should not expect anything to happen out of the blue and get everything going the way you want. So let things take their turn or let it go with the flow. That was the lesson that I learned. Initially, I thought maybe I have to sit and travel, I may not get a berth. So many apprehensions were there. But when I just let it go and allowed it to happen as it came, I think I learned a lesson there. And maybe that was a lesson that I'm recollecting now. And I don't know whether I have done justice to the topic, but that was the first thought or the story that came to me. So handle things as they come, go with the flow, let go, and I think definitely universe will help you. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Uma. Yeah, it's you did justice to the topic, and it's true. We try to become anxious, or we get anxious if things doesn't go the way we plan, and then something else happen. And every time such things happen, later on, if you rethink on that, you will realize that it was much better than what you have thought. So, yeah, it's a great lesson, and thank you for sharing it with us. Now, I would like to call Simi on the stage. Your topic is, what is something you have unlearned that made you better? What is something you have unlearned that made you better? Toastmaster Simi.
Um, Throughout my life so far, I have been the person in my own head, criticizing myself and judging myself in the fear mode that I will not be able to achieve this, hence, not taking any opportunity for me to grow. But last 1 year, something has shifted in me. Maybe we are because we are technology is so much advancing, the Insta reel we are getting, or what we are more connected with the world. So I am getting more wise getting that content because now I'm able to filter what makes me more, in the growth pathway daily. So in my Insta account, I have subscribed to few of the wise people who come to my account daily and then they post their reels. So that helps me give a reminder of how I can feel confident, how I can be my own friend. So I have, so that there is one wallpaper that has always now recently, I have started putting into kind of in a visualization, and every second is like hugging yourself. So how it is helping me is that not only I'm compassionate with myself, I have also become kind to people. Now the tables had turned. I have got a serendipity. I'm able to add value to people Now I see how valuable I am and how I can impact other people's life in a better way. So that's one thing that I have unlearned, and it is like the treasure I found on the other side. Over to you, Toastmaster Shivani. Toastmaster Rashi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Simi, for sharing that. So beautiful. Connecting with your own self always helps you to connect with other people around you more. And yes, we are learning that. And thank you for sharing the story. I would like to ask Toastmaster Neetal if we can, only two, three people are remaining. If I can.
We have to start the evolution.
Okay. Okay, then, so for rest of the people, I would request them to please come and join in our next meeting, and we'll surely take up your topics first. Thank you. Thank you for this wonderful table topic session. I can say today most of the people, because we had a direction today, so everyone more or less covered their story and they left with one or the other message or thought with, with all of us. Thank you for that. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rashi, for this wonderful table topic session. I see that you had some beautiful topics for all of us. And for those who were not able to participate today, definitely do come up in the next meetings as well. Now, towards the end of the acing table topics workshop, I would just now want to focus upon the contest that we are going to happen very soon. So there are certain rules for the contest that we have to abide by. Certainly, one rule for all of us is that we have to complete the table topic in those 2 minutes 30 seconds time that we have, with 30 seconds grace period on the lowering as well. So it means that we have to stick to the time. That is very important so that we are not disqualified on the grounds of the timing. So be advised that we are sticking on the time. The second and the most important thing in any cable topics is the judging criteria. Well, it's something which mostly the judges are have to be focused upon. However, it is something for us as the speakers to know that what are the different bases on which we the speech is going to be judged. The first thing is basically the speech development. That is, the speech should have an opening, a body, a close. That is, the structure should be well defined of your speech. The second thing is effectiveness. Now, effectiveness also have certain other segments, that is logic, directness, enthusiasm, achievement of purpose, audience response. So there are certain things that means that in your speech, it should be logical, it should have some message, it should have some body, it should have some conclusion, some purpose, like why are you delivering your speech. So that purpose is your why, like what is the reason of the topic that has been given to you, what is your reason of selecting the topic, what is your reason of selecting the story that you have selected for your topic. Then the next is the physical part, that is the body language, appearance, voice modulation, basically like how you're appearing in any of the cable topics. So if you're going to deliver the cable topics in a contest, I would suggest you to stand up, give your cable topic, have a little bit of body movement when you're giving and presenting the cable topic on the stage, and your body appearance, like you could have some gestures, you could use some props for that matter, and ace your cable topics with that body language, with that confidence, and with that courage. The next is the voice. So, voice is basically the voice modulation that you need to have. Certainly, see that where you can take pause. Short pause is also important if you wish to take in any of the cable topic. If something is not coming up to your mind, it's always taken up as a fact that you can take a short pause. Have great volume so that you are able to speak your heart out so that the next person is able to hear you clearly. Then the last one is the language. it is really important to have the correct grammar, to have the correct pronunciation. And it's also important that if you're using anything in Hindi or in some of the other regional local language, you need to convert it back to English. So that's a really important part so that you're not disqualified on the grounds of the language as well. So be appropriate to speech throughout. These are some of the criteria on which judging is being basically being done. So the rules of the contest are basically now the timing, the judging that is being done from your from the judges part of it. And other than that, there would be certain other things. For instance, that you're not allowed to move your hands, you would be sent to the breakout room. That is something which we will discuss during the briefing of the contest once we have it. But one final thought for a powerful table topic is start writing some of your stories, start writing and develop some 7 to 10 or 5 to 10 stories with yourself before the contest. Also, before the contest, one thing that has worked for me at least is converse in English. When you're conversing in English just before the contest or just when you're reading something in English, it would definitely help you because you are in that zone. So once when you go back and you are delivering your speech for the contest, you will have that conversation skills that would tend to improve, which this is something, a trick of the brain, a trick of the mind. That's what I've got and what I've realized is that once when you're speaking in English, you will see that towards eventually in the end, you will try to give an ace a good table topic at least. So write some stories and try to converse in English before the contest if you can. So, all the best for the cable topics. We're going to have the cable topics contest really soon for both of the clubs. Be prepared with some stories, with some of the topics, with some good quotes, English sayings, so that you can ace the cable topics contest. All the best. Now, I would present the stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Mohit, to take it forward. Oh, sorry.
General
First, I have to
evaluators.
give it to the general evaluator. I will present the stage to the general evaluator, Toastmaster Neetal, to take it forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahek, for taking us through the wonderful session where you have given the tidbits for us to improve on our table topics and prepare for the contest. So we'll prepare the general evaluation section now. And first I would like to call upon Toastmaster Mohit to evaluate Toastmaster Vivek speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal. It is said that when experience speaks, people listen. In today's speech by Toastmaster Vivek, I think this statement has been proven absolutely true. When he talked about creating clean connections with the fact that he's actually gone through the entire journey and made it happen, we were with him and everybody was all ears listening to what was about to come. So congratulations, Toastmaster Vivek, for completing your DTM project. What I loved about the way you delivered your speech was the authenticity. The words, the statistics, the pictures, the activity that you brought with you, all of that brought with it authenticity, something that told us that it is a lived experience by someone. So I loved the calm in which you were speaking. I loved the comprehensive preparation of the PowerPoint, which included all the details of how this project had happened. And I also loved the connection that you brought out in this speech, where you gave us a glimpse of what this connection and creating clean connections is all about. We were all with you smiling when you had us do that activity to give us a chance to be with you in your creating clean connections journey. Now, having said that, there are certain areas which you can still work upon. You are completing your DTM project, but the journey of learning never stops. So there are a few recommendations I have for you. I like the idea of using a PPT for this presentation. However, using something more something more of a mind map kind of approach where you show the different bubbles of how you are expanding on your journey might have made the audience grasp all the different things even better. I felt that the content was a little too much and it was difficult for any one person to comprehend everything. There were a few short uh, abbreviations which we did not get a chance to expand. So those are a few things that you can work upon. The project also wants us to talk about one aspect of your experience. So you could actually take an example of one aspect or two aspects of your experience, like what was the most challenging thing that happened in this project? What was the mindset shift that happened? So those one or two aspects would make the entire content more sticky with the audience. Overall, it was a great speech, and you had a calm, composed way of presenting. The comprehensiveness gave us details of what this was all about, and the connection, that was the entire aspect of the speech, came out. Only if you could add more uh, latest ways of getting a large amount of content embedded in the heads of the audience through using techniques like mind mapping, it would take this from this to even better level. So congratulations again, Toastmaster Vivek, and I hand over the stage back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit, for evaluating Toastmaster Vivek's speech in the recommended format. So there's a lot of learning from Toastmaster Vivek's speech. And yes, the mind mapping technique, I'll definitely try to incorporate in my next speech and present it. So I'd like to call upon my tag team now. So on general advice, what we learned from last meeting is to present rather than going individually, present an overall your view on the outcome of the, like if a timer is presenting, highlight what went well, not so good, and what can be improved on the timing aspect, similar to the other tag team members. So with this, I'll first call upon Toastmaster Rashi for presenting her our counter report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetan. I already have shared, I think so, my report on in the comments. If everyone can see it, I'll also try to share in the screen. So overall, m- there can be. I should accept that as I played two roles today, so I couldn't do the complete justice to our counter role. I must have missed some of the R's and ums which few of you have used, but I'll try to cover. And I also observed that there are. No, in like we all are attending meetings regularly, and I've seen the downfall of using crutch words. But I do want to highlight one of the member who can see from their report. I have observed there is a loss of breath when they try to avoid crutch words, but then they have to figure out that how they will manage their breathing while speaking. And yes, I am also a queen of using crutch words and all those fillers. So I am also trying to learn. So I can't give you a proper advice how you can do it. So I'll request you to, you know, please do your own homework and come up with solution to balance out your breath. All in all, I feel today there was a lot of impromptu speaking, and still I found that people are using a lot of less crutch words, and individually you all can see your things in the report. So thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Neethan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashi. So yeah, even I was trying not to give you multiple hats as table topics is one big role. But you did her justice. And one little advice is take the transcript from Toastmaster Mohit and redo your uh, report so that you count your own words. So we'll call upon next Toastmaster Akshit for presenting his grammarian report for the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Akshit.
Uh, Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neetal. Just to be clear, is the intent that we don't go off go into a deep dive of the great usage of language, like who spoke what, or it's like just a general feedback that needs to be given? Because I was not a part of the last discussion, so just to be clear here.
You can highlight key things so that you
Okay.
finish it in 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay, great. So let me quickly share my screen. I have shared across it in the chat as well, but okay. So in the meeting today, we saw great use of language from all the speakers, and I already apologize if I missed out on some of the key phrases or words which were used by other speakers. So this included finding my calling, we mull over, dawned on me, failures are the stepping stone to success, juggling my mind, all ears, tidbits from my life's journey, haunting my dreams, handle as it comes, intentional living, which is also a theme in general. Out of the blue, compassionate with myself, ace the contest. So it's great use of overall language as well as some of these idioms and words. What could have gone better? uh, there was use of in rushed, so that could have been in rush. Skill sets required could have been skill set required. Go on the flow is go with the flow. Get a courage is get the courage. Is multiple dreams are multiple dreams. Things doesn't go, things don't go. Small grammar usage challenges which happened while speakers were giving their speeches. On the word and phrase of the day, I already apologize if I missed out on a lot of on a lot of speakers. But what I captured definitely was the phrase of the day being used by Toastmasters Neetal on the breaking the pattern, Toastmasters Rashi, as well as Toastmaster Mehek. On word of the day, I did capture Toastmasters Simi. So already apologize if I missed out on a few folks, but great use of the word and phrase of the day. Over to you, Toastmasters Neetal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshit, for that wonderful report. And yeah, we get busy in listening and we forget what role we are playing. So that's totally acceptable as we had wonderful speakers today. And with this, I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Shivani to present her timer report and let us know if anyone got disqualified so that we use that disqualification in the poll.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Neetal. Today, I had the pleasure of serving as the timer, and it truly felt like a unexpected and happy chance to observe how well everyone handled their time limits. Most speakers stay within their time limits, especially during the table topic session, where almost all the speakers' responses were completely within their expected time, 2 to 3 minutes. The only exception was Toastmaster Vivek sir, whose prepared speeches had a time limit of 8 to 10 minutes, but went slightly over time, about 13 minutes. Apart from that, everyone followed the timing signals smoothly, keeping the time disciplined, balanced, and on track. That concludes my timer remote. Back to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Neetal. I will share this report in the chat box.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivani. Yes, listening to Toastmaster Vivek's speech, I felt we did a good thing having only one speech today. So, so we are all qualified except Toastmaster Vivek. So better luck next time, Toastmaster Vivek. So as a general evaluator, we started the meeting on time. Roles were allocated before meeting, and most of people have taken up the role seriously and came prepared. So we started with our Sa, who made us play a couple of games, one game, and which energized us. And then we had presiding officer. He took a time to introduce the members, and then the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mehek. She has walked through the session. She has prepared wonderfully. She has broke down her segment into three and make sure that we understood how to present a table topic, how we can prepare for the contest that is upcoming, and what are the I love the way I like one thing is to be prepared for the table topic. So though it's an impromptu, I never knew that we have to prepare for it. So definitely we are planning to hold the contest on 14th of December. So we have around 15 days of time. So make sure we write one story every day so that by end of 14 days, we have at least 14 stories in hand. So allocate 30 minutes every day, write down the story, repeat it throughout the day, and then come prepared for the table topic contest. So though it's impromptu, but preparation is important. Then we had our table topic sessions. So I'll just walk through all the tabletop. Then we had our prepared speech. Sorry. So Toastmasters Vivek has given his DTM speech, and you don't have to apologize for it. It's just that you got disqualified, but we had a wonderful session listening to you, and I loved it, and I want to know more about that thing that you are doing. And then we had our table topic sessions and a 2 minute speech by me. I thought of it and I took it the chance when no one has taken the opportunity. So this encourages for us to keep looking upon the open roles and take up before the meeting. And you don't have to wait for anyone's invite. It's an open platform and everyone are welcome to take the roles and complete their pathways and come and focus on the journey. Why did they join Toastmasters in the first place? Then we had our table topic sessions. So first was Toastmaster Akshit. What is a small decision that he learned he that changed his life? So I like the way he started. He learned on the cat and gave MBA exam, and then he has got a job which he loves it. So a small improvement would be to leave the audience with a action item, action point, like what could they do to better have a be careful of the opportunities that are knocking on their door. So can leave with an action point at the end. Then we had DTM Mohit. If confidence is a muscle, what daily exercise will strengthen it? He started with a small thought and then he focused on the property issue. Here the here it's for everyone, not for him. There are two. He started with a story but went into a knowledge session, then came back to the story. So when we are talking on a table topic, we can start avoiding giving a knowledge session and give a action point or the knowledge tidbit at the end and not have table topic, the body, what Mehak was speaking as a knowledge session. So that's a take on intentional living. I love that word. And then we had Ismail describe a moment when you acted before you felt ready. So he started with his story, phone banking officer, and then how he took courses and how he changed his journey from one job to another. For him, advice would be to give an action item at the end. Then we had me advice to. I mixed up a lot of story. I can think of it rather than focusing on one or two stories. I mixed up a lot. So an advice to myself is to stick to one or two, and I left with an action item, but too many stories. Then we had Toastmaster Neeru. What does courage look like in an ordinary day? So she could have taken 30 seconds to build a story, which she missed, and she got engaged in telling too many things in a happy tone. So she was in the moment, she was giving the table topic, and advice to her would be leave with an action item. And then we had Toastmaster Mehak. What is one title you would like to give herself? So she built one story and she was walking through that story throughout the table topic. Same action item she could have leave with an action item for the audience. And then with Toastmaster Uma, what recent failure taught you the most? So she spoke a story, but there was no requirement of telling did I do a justice to the topic. So there is nothing wrong or right when you talk. It's your table topic. It's your 2 minutes. You can speak your mind. So we don't have to bring in something to undo what we have said. And then we had Toastmasters Simi. What is something you have unlearned that made you better? So she started with a story. She started how a poster is changing her life and how she has become more compassionate. And she also left us with an action item. So a perfect table topic. And I hope I have spoken about everyone who has given a table topic. And we had a wonderful tag team report. They have given us all with an action items, and Toastmaster Rashi has taken up the challenge, completed one of our items in the checklist. Huge kudos to Toastmaster Rashi. With this, I'll conclude my GE report. Back to presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal. I didn't realize my video was on highlight mode even before I was called upon. So, what a wonderful meeting we've had today. Let's make some noise or use some emoticons if we loved the meeting today. You can use a heart sign, emoticon, make some expression. Yes, yes, okay. All right. I think everybody has loved the meeting today. And it's like kudos to everybody who came forward, took up the roles. And special thanks to the executive committee. The executive committee is the one who thinks, decides, and executes this entire action that you see on the Sunday mornings, week after week. So, can we have a round of applause for all the EC members? We do recognize the role players every time, but those AC members get left out very often, and therefore I thought let's use the time to do that. And that also helped gets me to talk about the EC elections. So we will soon be having the EC elections coming up. Within the month of December, we have to decide the next leaders who will take the baton forward and make these meetings even more interesting, even more exciting, even more full of value addition. So everybody who is a member is completely eligible to nominate themselves. You will see more updates on how this will happen and when to nominate, who to send your nomination to very soon. But do make it a point to come forward and be a part of the elections, which will happen very soon. It'll be a huge learning experience, and therefore I do encourage everyone. So that's one. And then we, like Toshmatal Neetal mentioned, we have the table topics contest coming up 14th of December. So those are the two key things to look forward to in the month of December. I'll now share the voting link for today's meeting. Take a minute to fill this form out, and Toastmaster Shivani, if you could help time this as well. And while people are filling this out, I'm just opening this in case anybody has any quick feedback to share. Yes, Ismail, if you could share briefly what you have to say.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me here. I felt this is one of the best table topic, best meeting I have joined, Toastmaster meeting I have joined in recent time, because I never, throughout the meeting, I never felt that this is a meeting which is going on. It was so smooth. The transition were flawless, I will say, and each section is so incredible. We cannot even say that which session was good. It was beyond of what I was thinking. Okay, the way the session started, it was amazing. And the feedbacks which we have received, each individual who has joined the meeting, especially the table topic sessions, where after a participant is completing the table topic, the paraphrasing was amazing and it had given a very insightful detail. Then the GE, and it was also good. And the start of the day, the topics, preparing for the table topic master, it has given me thought like, okay, let me also apply this technique of thinking for 30 seconds, taking a deep breath and then starting, has really worked. And when I see my progress report in this first meeting, I see that there is no 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 crush words, and the timing was also good. So I'm feeling that, yeah, I have made my Sunday. Thank you for providing the insightful details. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ismail. It means a lot with you sharing that, and it's probably uh, like echo of what everybody has to say here. So thanks again for sharing your views. We are open to adding more members, and this is for everyone who's joining us as a guest. If you are interested in joining with us, you can get in touch with me or Mehek, and we will be happy to take it forward. Okay, now I don't want to extend the meeting beyond the designated timing. We have done tremendous in terms of making sure that we keep to the time, and therefore we would declare the winners for today's session offline. For now, thank you for your participation. Thank you for keeping the Toastmaster spirit alive, and we will meet next time, same day, Sunday, 10:30 a.m. And with that, I would like to officially close the meeting. Thanks once again. Thank you, and bye-bye, everyone. Have a good rest of the weekend.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers.
Thank
Bye.
you. Have a great weekend ahead.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek. You too.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.